All right, Annie, if you could call the roll.
Mayor Pollan,
Here.
Vice Mayor Satula, Councilman Smith,
Here.
Town Manager Hicks.
Here.
All right, moving on to the approval of minutes, October 3rd town meeting minutes and October 26th work session minutes.
Can I get you to pause for a sec?
Yep. All right, approval of minutes, October 3rd town meeting minutes and October 26th work session minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the minutes as read.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, cool. Moving on to reports of officers, boards, and committees. First, the permits report.
Building use and occupancy sign permits issued during the month of October 2016. Building permits, October 5th, Joseph Woodland, 106 Bertha Circle for a fence. October 10th, Zenovia Gutierrez, 4075 Stepney Place, residential alterations interior. October 18th, Solar City for Shirley Goodwin, 29 Dovetree Court, solar panels. There was one use and occupancy permit, October 24th, Ashley Rankin and Whitney Munez, 4555 Indian Head Highway for vintage redo. There were no temporary use and occupancy permits, no demolition permits, no grading permits, no sign permits, and no temporary sign permits.
All righty. Thank you very much. Moving on to the finance report.
October 2016 finance report. Beginning cash balance, $360,434.15. Total revenues, $583,965.70. Total expenditures, $241,279.24, with an ending cash balance of $703,120.61. Total investments, $1,045,258.24. Any questions?
The town manager, code enforcement, and planning commission reports.
Town Manager's Report, October 2016. Please have your trash curbside by 7:30 a.m. on the day of your scheduled pickup. New members are still needed for the Board of Zoning Appeals, Planning Commissions, Ethics Commission, Parks and Rec, and Environmental Sustainability Committee. Please contact the Town Hall if you'd like a new 95-gallon toter, for recycling delivered to your home or place of business. Broadband, the construction is complete. The Urban Land Institute study. The ULI study took place on September 20th and 21st. The town will have the final report at the end of this month or the beginning of next month, per Charles County. Construction debris outside the base gate. The Military Alliance Council has applied for a grant to remove the remaining debris. Hope to have an answer this month as it relates to the grant to finish the project. Online bill pay. We will be up and running at the next billing cycle. We will be up and running at the next billing cycle. The town's annual audit is almost complete. Public Works. Public Works repaired a water main break along Route 210 in front of the Thrifty Wash last week. Paving repairs to take place this week. The town has received a $200,000 energy grant from MDE for the wastewater treatment plant. The grant will be used to replace some blowers and make some electrical repairs. The leaf vacuum truck started on November 2nd. The truck will be deployed on Wednesday of each week until January 1st or the first significant snowfall. And last but not least, the fountain on the Village Green and the Manley Park restrooms will be winterized this week. Code Enforcement Report, October 2016. The town issued 90 notices of violations during the month of October. 1 trash and debris, 5 vehicle violations, 83 grass and weed, and 1 rental violation. The town also performed 4 rental inspections during the month. And there was no Planning Commission report in October.
Thank you very much. Moving on to Parks and Rec and Environmental Sustainability Committee reports.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to first say congratulations to the world champion Chicago Cubs. Being a Chicagoan, I have to say it over 100 years for us to win the World Series, but we did it. One of the best World Series they ever had. For Parks and Recreation, I'd just like to say that later this evening we're going to have a proclamation for the Lackey football team, but there's a young man, Nathan Proctor Jr. He will participate in the 2017 Under Armour All-American football game. This will take place in Florida. It's going to be televised. He's a local person. We're trying to figure out if he lives in town, but he goes to Lackey High School, and that's even more reason for us to have this proclamation. But he's one of 2 people in the history of Charles County to ever participate in this type of an event. So if anyone knows Mr. Proctor Jr., we'd really like to get in touch and congratulate this young man. Nothing else for Parks and Recreation. Dance program is still going strong. We're going to have a Christmas party here pretty soon. We're going to get some shirts made up for the participants, and we're working to grow the program. Environmental sustainability, we're kind of closing down for the season, but we have a lot of fun activities and things planned for 2017. Does anyone have any questions or comments? All right, go Cubs.
Moving on to Community Affairs.
Cynthia Simmons from the Senior Center planned to be here tonight, but she emailed me or texted me just a few minutes ago. She asked me to extend her thank yous to everybody who volunteered and participated in the 11th annual event that was held on October the 8th. And thus far, $5,100 was raised and donated to the local chapter of Sisters at Heart Cancer Group. The 5th annual Up on the Hill and Through the Town Business Open House and Vendor Expo will be on Tuesday, November 29th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You visit with each of the participating businesses to shop and meet with over 40 participating artists, crafters, and businesses here in Indian Head. And refreshments, games, and prizes will be on hand. You donate a non-perishable food item to support NETS, that's a Neighbor Eagers to Serve, and you receive a raffle ticket for a chance to win a basket of goodies. The town trolley will carry you around throughout the town, drop you off and pick you up for the duration of the 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. time frame. It's listed on the flyer back there as the Village Green Pavilion, but we're actually going to use the Trailhead Plaza at the corner of Cornwallis and Mildred Rice Road as the pickup and drop-off point, and it'll be marked accordingly. The Heart Cry Church that currently occupies the Black Box Theater space, they are offering free community movie nights starting December 11th. Family movies every second Sunday afternoon at the Black Box Theater, free refreshments, and that will be held between 5 and 7 p.m. And there's flyers for that back there as well. And then the town's holiday happenings that are coming up, in addition to our November 11th, this Friday, Veterans Day program at 11 a.m. that everybody's invited to. We will kick off our Christmas season with the annual tree lighting program on Tuesday, December the 6th at 7 p.m. here in the pavilion. Holiday music from the bands and choruses from Indian Head Elementary, General Smallwood, and Henry E. Lackey students. Of course, we'll have refreshments, and of course, Santa will arrive on the fire truck, courtesy of the Indian Volunteer Fire Department. It's free admission, and everyone is welcome. We have our gingerbread house making classes. It's our 22nd year on Friday, December the 9th or Sunday, December 11th here in the pavilion. It's for adults and children 5 years and older. Class sizes are limited. Pre-registration and payment in advance is required. You can contact me via my cell or email for available openings. And then we follow that up with our annual holiday festival and craft show, or actually I'm going to rename it to a vendor show, on Tuesday, December 13th from 6 to 9 here in the pavilion. Of course, we'll have the Painter family running antique trains. We'll have photos with Santa, which are $1 each. We have live entertainment featuring the Indian Head Parks and Recreation Dance Troupe and Southern Maryland line dancers. We have homemade refreshments, hot apple cider. Of course, we have our gingerbread house contest, and crafts will be for sale. And the admission is $1 for all ages at the door. It's a donation, and all proceeds collected are given to the NETS, which is the Neighbors Eager to Serve program. Then we rounded off with community dinner and memorial ribbon ceremony on Saturday, December 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. here in the pavilion. It's a free community dinner open to the public. To place your ribbon orders for the memorial ribbons, which are placed on the tree outside prior to, and then that night we read off the names of the loved ones that the tree is dedicated to. If you want to place a ribbon order, the deadline is Monday, December the 5th, and that's also the RSVP for the dinner deadline. The donation per ribbon is $2 or 6 for $10, and the ribbon purchase is not required to attend the community dinner. And that dinner is hosted or co-hosted by the town and the Indian Head United Methodist Church. And of course, everyone is already starting to ask, when Indian Head Volunteer Fire Department and Rescue Squad Santa Run Through Town will be. It's on Friday, December 23rd. It starts around 6 p.m. And then also because Potomac Heights Volunteer Fire Department has part of the town as their first due, their Santa Run is held on Sunday, December 18th, starts around 5, and it includes their first due response areas of Knott Subdivision and Strauss Avenue from South Poplar Lane to Hawthorne Road. And I don't have to get into Christmas tree removal because you don't have it up yet, but you will. But that's also listed in the flyers. I did a little happenings flyer in the back. And that is it, I believe, for me. Does anybody have any questions? No? All right, thank you very much.
Our briefing was postponed due to technical difficulties, so we're going to go to presentations and recognitions. Alrighty. So first, the proclamation of Municipal Government Works Month.
The Mayor and Council of the Town of Indian Head proclaimed November to be Municipal Government Works Month. Whereas the town was incorporated in 1920, and whereas Maryland is home to 156 other municipalities, and whereas municipal government represents the most responsive level of government, allowing citizens to have direct access to elected officials, and whereas in an effort to educate citizens about municipal government and the importance of their participation, the Town of Indian Head is proud to promote municipal government awareness. And whereas the municipalities have enhanced the quality of life for their respective residents, maintaining natural and historic sites and structures, and helping to make Maryland a great place to live, work, play, and explore. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Mayor and Council of the Town of Indian Head, Maryland, hereby joins the Maryland Municipal League in declaring November to be Municipal Government Works Month in Indian Head.
A motion to accept the proclamation?
I move that we accept the proclamation as read.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Awesome. All right, moving on to the next proclamation, the Lackey High School football team.
The Mayor and Council of the Town of Indian Head recognize the Lackey Chargers for their accomplishments this football season. Whereas we acknowledge the active participation in organized athletics is influential to building good character and teaches a wholesome sense of fair play and good sportsmanship among our youth. And whereas in order to excel in any one sport, a young person must demonstrate an outstanding spirit of dedication, enthusiasm, and hard work. And whereas a vivid example of this has been brought to our attention by the achievements of the Lackey Chargers football team, who will be competing in the state state playoffs against some of the finest athletes in the state. Whereas the council not only recognizes the coaches and the entire team for their outstanding performance, it is fitting to also recognize the community as a whole for supporting our local high school sports program. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and Council of the Town of Indian Head, Maryland, hereby recognize the Lackey Chargers football team for their accomplishments this football season.
Mr. Mayor, I move we accept the proclamation as read.
I second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Awesome. And just a tidbit on that, I would just like to mention that there's a huge Lackey playoff football game this Friday at 7 o'clock. So I encourage everyone to come out to Patuxent High School and root for your Chargers. Alrighty, moving on. We have no resolutions, no ordinances, no petitions, no unfinished business, and no new business. So moving on to miscellaneous. Everyone come out to vote tomorrow. Tuesday, November 8th. Polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. Right here in the Village Green Pavilion. The next Indian Head Business Association meeting will take place Wednesday, November 9th at 8:30 a.m. in Dale's Smokehouse. The Veterans Day ceremony and lunch will take place Friday, November 11th at 11 a.m. right here. Town Hall Community Affairs and Public Works will be closed Friday, November 11th. No trash pickup. Alrighty, the Mayor's Youth Advisory Team, I have to talk to the council real quick, but I believe we're going to be postponing that meeting as well. Town Hall Community Affairs and Public Works will be closed Thursday, November 24th and Friday, November 25th. No trash pickup. Let's talk about that. Planning Commission, next meeting will be Wednesday, November 30th, 7 p.m. at the Village Green Pavilion. The next Town Council work session will be Wednesday, November 30th, 3:30 p.m. at the Village Green Pavilion. Town Hall, thank you. And the next town meeting will be Monday, December 5th, 7:30 p.m. at the Village Green Pavilion, and the holiday happenings were talked about as well. So I would now like to open it up for citizens' comments. If you have a comment, please go to the podium, state your name, and whatever you're talking about.
Good evening. I'm Evie Hungerford, and I'm the chair of the Indian Head Center for the Arts. I feel like the Cubs. If we could just get, it might be 100 years, we'll get everybody from Indian Head to come to the Black Box Theater. That's who I represent. And you know where it is. It's right across from the town hall. And I wanted to tell you a little bit, a quick history in that it was a Chrysler Plymouth agency in the dark ages, believe it or not. And then the town saw a future and bought the property and have leased this theater to us for a 15, 20-year lease. I'm not sure what it is, but it keeps going. And we just took the upstairs where they had business association meetings, dance classes, and all kinds of interesting things going on. And we just had a renovation of it last year. And for a rental, we made a conference room for the town. But now we think that we're going to have some renters from the base there, which is going to be really great. But I want to talk a little bit about the theater. I don't know how much anyone here, I know a couple of you guys are encouraged by it, but we do a lot of different things. We have plays. We have a 90-seat theater. It's a black box because it's painted black. I would like to have painted it white because black gets just as bad, as dirty as white. But it is a black box theater. It has a 480-foot square stage. We've done all sorts of things. We've had Indian Head Idol there, which we're contemplating having again, some really neat talent. We have readings. Young playwrights need to have a venue to read their plays that they've written so they can go on and go into a bigger venue. As I said, we have plays. We just had a play for 2 weekends there called Drood, and it was a mystery theater, and it was singing and dancing and hooping and hollering and murdering. So you really missed it. It was a lot of fun. Coming up, we are going to have a play. We have partners, and one of them is Port Tobacco Players, and they're going to put on a play called God of Carnage. It's more of an adult play, but it's really neat to have a theater that's 65, 70 years old, like Port Tobacco Players, have an interest. And once they get in there, they fall in love with it because they're very intimate. You can reach out and touch the actors, and that's really neat. So we have created a showcase for young musicians. We've had a lot of alternative music in there, and we're going to be having some jazz starting in the new year. We also are going to have some children's activities. We're going to have a sing-along on the 16th of December, and the 18th, Port Tobacco Players will put on a children's play. Always tickets are available at the door. We say tickets, but we would like you to go to our website. It's indianheadblackbox.org, and you can just walk in and buy your tickets there. We have refreshments and snacks. Let me see, what else? I see my husband staring at me. I think the Western Charles Business Association is going to have a meeting on the 15th at Mama Stella, so I'll get that in so he'll be happy. Anyway, we have a comedy for a cause, and that is we're going to ask charities, nonprofits, because we are a nonprofit as well, and we're always trying to raise funds to stay alive. That pays for help and maintenance of the building, and the actors, they have to pay for royalties. It's a very expensive proposition, this theater business. But anyway, we are going to have Comedy for a Cause on the 17th of December, and we are negotiating with some of the charities right now. So does anyone have any questions about what you'd like to see there, what you'd like to know something about it? Come to the place, gentlemen, and see some of our plays. It's your home, actually. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Cubs. Tomorrow is a very significant day. So I voted last week, early voting. Make sure you go out and vote. There are a lot of judges and local things that should interest you if the national campaign doesn't interest you. But please go out and vote. Make sure you get your stickers. And go Cubs.